What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? How everybody doing? I know y'all ain't heard from me in a minute, but hey, man, I was dealing with family situation, family death. Had to had to put away one of the eldest or the oldest person in the family, so that's why I've been gone. But now I'm back. I'm back. Coffee and donuts for grown-ups. Your boy Crust the Legend Masters Ceremonies. What's going on? I'm gonna talk to myself until I ain't talking to myself. See what's going on up in here. Everybody ain't messing with me like that. But man, I got some things to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna be stepping down, man. I ain't gonna be doing boxing content no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. It's doom 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 doom. Mm-mm. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? It's been a minute. I've been off for like a week. Been off for like a week dealing with some stuff, dealing with some personal matters. Had death in my family, so wasn't in the mood to be coming on doing no doing content. Family's more important than doing content. But salute to whoever's coming in here. You know, you know. It's Coffee Donut for Grown-ups. I am the master ceremony. Crust the Legend, what's going on? How's everybody past week been? Because I haven't really talked to anyone in a week. So hopefully your week, your past week, and your weekend has been going good for you. Hopefully everything is good on your end. Sure you down because that had you in jail or you dead or in the damn crazy house somewhere. And I don't think neither one of those places you or I want to be. So make sure you on the right side of things when it comes to this world right now. But anyways, I want to give a shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shout out to this young team becoming the newest NBA champions, and it's something I'm really enjoying. I'm not from OKC, but I'm enjoying it like I'm from there because the fact it was not a quote unquote big three involved in the championship, which is good. We don't need any more. Right. Yeah. So certain names, and we think the only way people could win if you have a star-studded roster or whatever like that. That's not the case. And you've seen with the Thunder that it was just a team that had a head player, and the rest of the pieces around it came together very well. And even with the Indiana Pacers, so they both have those similarities right there. Dr. Mark, first in the building. What's up, Dr. Mark? I'm about to quit all this nonsense. It's getting on my nerves, bro. It's getting on my nerves. I feel kind of rusty. I've been off for like a week dealing with, having grandma get a wing. So that's why I haven't really been around actually doing my own thing that's popping in on certain shows and stuff and checking them out. But, my baby got a wings, 91. What more can I say? Now we move on. This is something that we're trying to do. She outlived not only people who are already passed, but she outlived people who are living. She outlived me and you. We may not make it to 91. So, that's why I'm at Tay in the building. How you doing, sis? Glad to see y'all in the building. I'm back. I'm back off of vacation, man. I'm back off of vacation. You on your way to work? And actually, this is my first day back to work, Tay. I had lost my grandmother, so that's why I haven't been doing any lives. So we buried her, we put it away this past Friday. So, I had a whole week off, but the only thing I could actually really do is just listen to some stuff. I couldn't really do any content, anything like that. Thank you very much, BC Corbett. Yeah, but I'm back now. I'm back, and I'm telling y'all, I'm back and everybody's in trouble. Everybody's in trouble. I'm about to tear some stuff up. But man, y'all gonna have to help me out this morning. I'm gonna need a little bit of help from my friends this morning because a lot of stuff I did not get to see. I didn't heard this, I didn't heard that. Now, the first thing I want to get out the way that I was able to pay attention to, and it wasn't boxing, y'all. You know what the main thing that I've been paying attention to since I had this time off, it hasn't been boxing. It was the NBA Finals, and I want to talk about that right now. Shout out to everybody that's coming into the building. There's go my brother BC Corbett, the darkest brother, ain't no other. Tay the Queen of New York City and State. Dr. Mark always laying it down. He's very healthy for the brain cells. But let me say this to y'all guys, man. Listen. I'm really happy about this. I got a chance to see NBA Finals against two teams that did not have a big three or old ass three. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying. It's a young man's sport right now, and nobody wants to understand that right now. This is a young man's and woman's sport when it comes to these sports, and you got people that's old but younger than me thinking they still got it like they Eddie Kane from the Five Heartbeats, and they just need to slow down seriously. They just need to slow down some. But to see these two young teams go at it with no big three, no major names, was so exciting. So hopefully y'all guys enjoyed the NBA Finals like I did. If you watched the finals at all. Most people don't watch the finals if their team is not involved, but shout out to OKC and shout out to the Indiana Pacers. I really enjoyed it. Most people thought the series would end in 6 games, no matter if they picked Indy or OKC, but whoever picked OKC to win, congratulations. But like I said, shout out to SGA, man, and his teammates. And shout out to the Indiana Pacers. Now, how these two teams will return next year, I don't know. They don't need to neither team needs to do too much improvement, but they need a little bit of improvement, but don't overdo it and don't underdo it. And I think it'll be okay. But like I said, shout out to OKC. But man, let me get into some other things I wanted to get into, some things that's going on in the boxing world. Let me start. I didn't get a chance to see the Jahad Tucker fight. I have to go back and watch that. Actually, I'm gonna do that this morning once I get in from work. I'm gonna go back and watch the Jahad Tucker fight. But what I heard from it, he put on a good performance. And the question is he ready to be mainstream? Is the question that they was asking. And since I didn't see his last fight, but I'm gonna go off the fight that I have seen so far, even though I heard his performance this past weekend was pretty good. But like I said, I can't give my own assessment until I watch the fight. And highlights is not enough for me. It tells me a story, but I want to see a whole fight. And I don't really want to go on here and say, even though I trust some of the words, depending on where he's coming from. But the question was, is he ready to be a star yet? I don't think so. He needs to be a little more active, just like a lot of fighters in the sport. A lot of these fighters need to start being active. Seriously, they're too young to be active enough, if that makes sense. They're too young to be this inactive, and they really need to get out there and get it jumping off. These young fighters say they fighting for legacy, they fighting for money, whatever they fighting for, it's their decision, not mine. I just support them in it, but hey, you better get to it because time waits for no man, and time is just constantly moving. So we're gonna see what happens. But do y'all think that Jahad Tucker is really ready to be a star, or should I say, be in a few main events or whatever? Now, listen, I'm not gonna say pay-per-view. I guess that was in the question too. The underline, but I wouldn't go as far to say is he pay-per-view status, because a lot of these guys are not pay-per-view worthy, and I'm just being honest. They got to put in a little more work. They got to give us some bang for our buck. Speaking of that, so I heard Turkey Ali Sheik came out recently and said, man, he tired of this running around stuff with in the sport of boxing. So I heard that he's complaining about fighters just wanting to bust a sweat and not get a scratch on their body. So he's saying he wants to see, Rock'em Sock'em Robot, I guess. If that's what he's really saying. But what he's saying, he want to see guys going in for the kill. And he want to see guys saying that the only thing to get me out of here, you got to kill me. So he say he want to see more exciting fights. Now, let's just be fair. Let's just talk boxing this morning, if I may. It's been a minute. But let me just say this. Now, we know that the overall sweet science of the sport that we love so much is to hit and not get hit. But we know everybody got to get hit. But the game is for you to hit your opponent harder, faster, and smarter, and more than they hit you. That's what it is. Open and shut case, point, cut, and drive. So now that we don't hear that now. Now we hear people talking about they want to see knockouts. They want to see somebody get their head knocked off. They want to see their head on the stick. They want to see somebody get put in the dirt. All these good things that they saying. So this is what people want to see more. And I think there's nothing bad about it. This fighter just happened to be possessed with some punching power and a skill set to be hella performers in the ring, are great finishers. But the sport is hit and not get hit, or hit your opponent more than your opponent hit you. And this is where it's at now. But now, like I said, everybody wants to see knockouts. We're not going to see knockouts all the time. But Turkey Ali Sheik saying these guys are not even going in there with all their heart. He's saying when these guys get in there and they barely get in touch, like you see guys, they're not even barely getting a cut or swelling or anything like that. So I guess Turkey Ali Sheik, who I don't give two flying fruits about, but I do agree with him on this, in this situation. I do agree with him. Y'all, all these guys that get out here and they sell us this damn game. I don't buy nothing from none of them. You hear me? You can't sell me no game. That's why I don't buy it. But they get out there and they supposed to say what they supposed to say in order to bring in the business, to bring in people. So of course I'm gonna knock this guy, I'm gonna knock that guy. They know knockout sales or knockout talks. Talking about knocking someone out sells. Because a lot of these times these guys talking about knocking someone out, and then when they get in the ring, they couldn't do none of the stuff that they said that they was going to do. You know, you got guys that know they ain't got no making freaking punching power in the world, but they getting in there talking about they're gonna knock someone out. This is sometimes lead us to think, oh wow, all of a sudden this light as a feather fisted guy talking about he's gonna knock somebody out. It's something that we don't know about. Cam in the building. Make sure y'all check out my man Cam J Network. My bro be on the cook. I checked him out even when they doing the big steppers. I checked him out. So make sure y'all check him out. Salute to you, Cam. Mike Rhyme in the building. It feels like that sometimes because I can't control the rhyme. Keith Murray, baby. Salute to everybody that's in here. But I'm feeling good. I'm back, baby. I'm back. But like I was saying, so we know these fighters, these athletes had to do certain things or say, but I'm gonna say certain things to buy you to get you in. This is how they sell you, and then when they get in the ring, they none of that. And this morning, I'm not here to roast any fighters in particular. I'm not here to roast anyone, but I am going to be honest. And we know there's a lot of fighters that been talking about they're going to go around and do a whole lot of still toe butt kicking, and ain't nothing happening. But they know the conversation brings people, it grabs people attention. So they figure, hey, if I get out there and I kick enough game to tell them I'm gonna go in there and knock this dude out. They know, I ain't doing nothing but spreading goddamn butter on goddamn bread because I ain't nice. I'm just a butter knife. They been up there. They're selling the stuff. Cam said, been praying for you, heavy bro. Thanks, man. I'm back. I appreciate it, man. I'm back. I'm back at it. I'm be hard on them, man. I'm coming non-stop. I'm coming hard. I'm gonna make sure I get up on some more of your lives with you too, bro. But yeah, thanks, Dr. Mark. But so now the thing is this. So what we need to see is what Turkey Island Sheik is talking about. So what he's basically saying, he wants fighters, he wants a puncher's ring. Okay. See, people don't know the difference in the ring. I know y'all do. You got a puncher's ring, you have a boxer's ring. You know what I'm saying? So, Turkey Island Sheik said, man, I want to really see guys go in there and earn his money. But see, here's the thing. Turkey Island Sheik come around and say, hey, man, I'm going to save boxing. I'm going to give you guys all this money that y'all need. And they turned their backs on all the American promoters, and everybody said, oh, look, this guy coming over there, he's going to save boxing. He's going to give these guys this damn money. Well, Al Heyman was giving guys money, but I ain't going to make this a long one about that. I'm going to get at y'all asses another time about that. Trust and believe. I'm going to get at y'all about that. Y'all been getting handled, but I think I'm going to add my 2 cents on that too. Y'all keep talking about who's going broke or whatever, what promoter is better. But getting back to Turkey Island, she stopped to land his jet real quick. So the thing is that he said, man, he tired of it. And he know he made mistakes. So he know that with those few cards that he had put on, it was horrible. So you got to get in there. You say you all that. You got in there. You got to get it down for the crown. So now, he said, man, listen, I want these guys to go in there really trying to kill each other. So he said, for now on, what I'm doing, I'm going to be in charge of the size of the ring. And I'm going to make it a short ring. I'm going to make it a puncher's ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make it a boxer's ring where a boxer can move around and things like that. I'm going to make it a puncher's ring. And that's what he's doing. He's making a puncher's ring for all you people who don't really understand what he's saying, or if he's not saying it to you clear enough. He wants a puncher's ring. He wants to see these guys really get in there and really get at it. Now, would that guarantee more knockouts? Not necessarily, because you got some people who just ain't going to fall, but what that will guarantee you, it's more fighting. Basically you want to see more fighting, less boxing. I understand, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us agree with that too, depending on what's your style, what really is your entertainment, what you like to be entertained by. But I don't have a problem with it. I mean, these guys been running around, running their mouths, saying they the big bad whoop, they this, that. Then back up your words. So if this is something to try to make these fighters earn what, Turkey Island Sheik is trying to get these guys so be it. This is probably one of the few things that I agree with this man on. Now, let's see what happens from there. So the next thing I want to go into, because I told you I got a lot to talk about, but there's a lot of things I didn't see. So I might need y'all guys' help just a little bit. You know what I mean? So the last thing I did see, the last fight I did get to see was Hitchens. Okay, that's the last fight I got to see, y'all. Don't hurt me too bad, you know. But I got to see Richardson Hitchens, his last fight. I called it the way that he needed to win, and it happened that way. So shout out to Richardson Hitchens. Now what's next with this guy? And this is something that I think we as content creators should start talking about is, you know, we got to stop this this you know, guys in the next weight class. If the guys is not in the weight classes, I don't want to hear these guys talking about fighting anyone in another weight class. I don't want to hear it. If you're not going up there, if you ain't planning on moving up there, I don't want to hear it. How you doing, Miss Denise? I'm all right. Oh yeah, thank you, dear. I'm back. I was going to take another goddamn day, Miss Denise. I said, but you know what? I got my birthday coming up soon. I still got time to burn, so I'll do that then within a couple of weeks. But other than that, I'm cool. I'm cool, baby. You like cool in the game, huh? Cool in the game. My baby got her wings laid out beautiful, and that's all that matters. 91 years old, she out living the living, you know. So I'm trying to get there. Ooh, she said it. She raised the bar for me to try for me to meet Miss Denise. True. 91. My goodness. Hey, yo, Cat. Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying, right? Got to see what's Richardson Hitchens. And like I said, I don't really like these fighters when they talk about fighters in another weight class. If you ain't in that weight class, if they not in that weight class, don't talk about it. If you ain't going up there, right there, don't talk about it. I hate that. I know that's a hard thing to try not to hear in the sport of boxing, because a lot of these fighters is going to do it, especially when they know that it's bigger names or a big name at another weight class. That's what they do. But the right thing to do is make your name as big as theirs, and then when you really ready to step on their ass, that's when you start saying their name. And just don't say their name. You know, let them know that you mean it. Get with your folks and do whatever it needs. Take whatever steps you need to take to make the fight happen. And it's all good. But yeah, I love to see what's going to be the next move for Hitchens. Now, is he going to stay at 140, or is he going to keep talking about fighting Devin Haney? And I think that now people is trying to push that, you know, this is a fight that we want to see. Dev and Hitchens. And I think he's trying to push for that. Let's see it. Let's see it. D3, what's going up, D3? I'm back, man. I'm back. Shit. I'm back. Yeah, but let's see it. But if no, forget that for right now. If he ain't going to 147, I don't want to hear no Hitchens talking about no damn Devin Haney. I don't want to hear that. These guys need to stay in these damn weight classes and do what they said they was going to do. Now, just like I told everybody, and I'm going to say it again, we going to see who the man is at 140. What's up, Dory? Salute to you. We going to see what's happening. I'm going to keep on telling y'all, the guy to beat at 140 in my eyes is Antoine Russell. So last time I said that, someone said, well, he already lost. I said, well, see, this is what you don't understand about boxing. Just because somebody has a loss doesn't mean that they're not the man to beat. Because if that was the case, everybody be the man to beat, because everybody start off with an O. Don't that make sense? Ali lost a few times, and he still was the man to beat. But they talking about, if you the man, you the man. Okay? And it's called trials and tribulations. And sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. You're going to have good nights at the office, and you're gonna have some bad ones at the office. And it doesn't matter to me as long as you get in there and do what you need to do. And that's what it's all about. So now I want to see who is who at 140 pounds. And the last time I was on the panel, just like my brother D Free in the building, I don't hear nobody calling out Antoine Russell's name. Now, Hitchens came out and recently said it. So let's get it. Or whoever. Let's get it. Because no one is calling his name out. And where's all the voices, yelling out to these fighters, talking about, yeah, daring to be great, this, that, and other. I don't hear none of y'all favorite fighters, if you have been here at 140 pounds. Y'all been very silent lately. I don't hear none of y'all favorite fighters at 140 calling out Antoine Russell. Antoine Russell already said, I want all the asses. And I've been told y'all. I've been said it. And don't act like I didn't say it. I'd slide up on you and put the truth to you. You understand what I'm saying? I've been said, once this man is locked in, y'all better watch out. D Free been saying the same thing. Now this man is focused. Ain't nobody got nothing to say. Ain't nobody got anything to say since Mr. Antoine Russell been focused and got that belt. Now we can't, it ain't enough room for everybody, okay? So like I said, let's get it down for the crown. Let's get it on, like Mills Lane used to say. Let's get it on. Show me what you got. I want to hear no more talking. Get in the ring. Do like Terminator X from Public Enemy. Speak with your goddamn hands. You know what I'm saying? Speak with your hands who won it. So now, we gonna see what's gonna happen next. But for everybody out there that got a favorite fight at 140, if it ain't Antoine Russell, tell your favorite fighter, especially one of the other belt holders, it's been quiet. Normally you got multiple belt holders, champions, at least one or two of them talking about, man, I'm about to unify. I'm about to do this. I don't hear nobody saying that at 140. Tell me I'm lying. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Cam, very much. And all the stuff I've been listening to and seeing content creators and things like that talk on it, they haven't spoke on this. That's what I'm saying. It's too much to talk about in boxing to keep on having your ass on repeat like you damn radio station and you getting paid to talk about one damn thing. It's too much in the sport of boxing. There's so many fighters in the sport that make the sport of boxing, not just the big names. This is why y'all need to watch boxing and just don't watch boxers, because a lot of y'all is just watching boxers. And you ain't gonna tell me that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because I do. And you don't want to expose yourself like that. And I think the smartest thing for you to do is stay in your lane. Big Dre in the building, what's going on, bro? Stay in your lane. That's stay in your lane, because we got all sorts of things for you. And I'm gonna say this to everybody that was talking that trash about what Indiana was going to do to OKC, because I heard a lot of people talking crazy. Well, here's your thing for the day. Here's your moist meter, baby. I know y'all all moist and wet. You get some dry wipes. Go get yourself some dry wipes. What's up, Stan? Hey, how you doing, bro? My grandma? Yeah. Thanks, man. I know, Stan. Nobody don't say shit until it's too damn late. But I'm back, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, but they don't have nothing to say, people. They don't have a damn thing to say. So we need to see what's going on now. Let's move on to this, all right? Because I'm really getting sick and tired of it. So, what's next at 147? Okay, salute to Brian Norman Jr. I did get to see that one, y'all. I seen Brian Norman Jr. put the door down on Sasaki chin. Okay, I'm not surprised. Who's Sasaki? People is trying to say, man, Brian Norman got to worry about Sasaki for what? For what? The only thing Brian Norman Jr. had to worry about, they was going, try to put something in his sushi or something like that. But shout out to Brian Norman Jr. for doing what he was supposed to do. Okay, I ain't giving out too much credit for you handling your business. If you got a certain duty to do, you go do your duty. Then you know. So he was supposed to get that guy up out of there. There's levels to this, and this is how you show people that you know there's a separation. You have to show them that there's levels between you and that opponent that you was just in the ring with. So yes, I know a lot of people was talking about look up Brian, what Brian did. Look what he did. Oh my goodness. Look what he did. Oh man, look, Boots getting out of here. Look, Boots going to 154. Because Boots don't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. because Brian Norman did that to Jensen Sachi. Shut up. I don't even want to hear that. I've been off for a week, so y'all know I'm long-winded. I got a lot of ass whippings they give out, so be careful. I've been off for a week. I gave y'all a break now. I gave y'all a break. Now I'm back. I'm back. I'm gonna be like the damn mosquito. You know what I mean? Just yo, get on up out of here. Now I'm gonna say this, people. I would have loved to see that fight, but let's not catch amnesia because it's on the table. We already know what happened with Brian Norman Jr. and Bruce Ennis, okay? Money, the payout wasn't agreed upon. We're gonna move on from that. But all this that Bruce Ennis ducked Brian and anybody else is bullshit. Excuse my language. It's bullshit. He ducked what? Because before, what y'all just talking about, it wasn't nothing at 147. Y'all need to stop playing around. I'm here to remind y'all. I ain't been going that damn long. What y'all just talking about how pitiful 147 pounds was? Huh? Yeah, I said it on the, oh man, I took it back, Stan. Yeah, yep. Then so let's talk about it now. Now don't act like all of a sudden y'all forgetting. Remember y'all just talking about how weak 147 is. It is still weak. Don't act like 147 is all competitive like that too, okay? 147 is sweeter than a goddamn sweet tooth, okay? We're gonna be honest. We're gonna talk it, at least I am. Yeah, I don't know how you want to do it, but I know how I'm gonna do it. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now let's not do that now. Now all of a sudden, he ducking. Ducking what? Ducking what? It ain't nothing at 147. Nothing. So y'all mean to tell me that 147 has more legacy fights and tested fights and big fights for Bruce Ennis? That go for Brian Norman Jr. too. 147 ain't nothing right now. Who gonna tell me something different? 147 ain't even got enough. I'm not even interested in who's going to be undefeated at, undisputed at 147 now. Not with what they got down there. I'm being all the way honest with you guys. And I know some of y'all feel the same way, and then some of you who don't, speak your mind. It's just all facts. Because once that last class left 147, like I've been said, I said Bruce came up a little too late at 147. He did. D3, no, we go back. I was been saying, you know, he shouldn't be in the mix because he just got here. Now y'all understand what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been in the mix because he just got there and he ain't get none of those dudes. So that's the last time 147 been something. After EJ and Bud and Sean and all them dudes left, 147 ain't ish. Tell me I'm lying or tell me that I'm wrong. It ain't nothing. So for anybody to be bragging about who's the man at 147, ain't ish down there. Just look at the damn lineup at 147. Now, right now, the biggest names you got in 147 is Brian Norman, who's not even a damn star, Devin goddamn Haney, Rolly Romero, and Ryan Garcia. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? Say it again. Matter of fact, you know what? Not say it again, Dr. Mark. There it is. I'm gonna put it. You couldn't put it any better. You couldn't make it any clearer, Dr. Mark. 147 is a prospect division. So everybody running around talking about 147, 140 this, 147 that. I don't want to hear none of that. So it was the best thing for Jerron Ennis to show who some of us think he really is. Was to go to 154. Because that division was not going to be anything at the Arrow at the EJ and Bud and them left. It was lit. It ain't lit now. You can't even spark anything with that. You can't even spark a flame with that. What are we talking about? So 147 right now, I don't care who run it, it's so damn sweet there. It's sweet. What you got to worry about? Anybody can run 147 right now. They got enough heart. Look at the top dudes that's there. Look at the names that's at 147. Prospect division. Man, that's the goddamn circus division. We got a couple clowns up there with Ryan Garcia and Rolly, you know, respectfully, they clowns. Then you got a Devin Haney. Then you got a Brian Norman. Then you got a Rashidi Ellis. It ain't too much, nothing there. Like he said, it's definitely mid. You know, 147 is let me talk in cannabis terms for some people who's listening that may enjoy cannabis. That's what 147 is. It's a mid. It ain't no good. It ain't no good sativa. It ain't a good indica. It's half-ass hybrid. It's a mid. Just like Cam said, ain't nothing there like that. 1 or 2 goddamn fighters. That shit is easy. Tell me right now who's a 50-50 fight at 147 for Brian Norman Jr. Who's a 50-50 fight for Brian Norman Jr. right now? Because some people got Brian Norman Jr. kicking everybody butt that's there. Definitely even more now. And I ain't even putting to the side the one thing that he would beat Jerron Ennis. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying it. Right now, Jerron Ennis is gone. Who's the top guy to beat at 147? Who got the top skills at 147 right now? Somebody help me out. Y'all ain't got to, because we already know. Forget all this Richard Hitchens and Haney talking. I don't want to hear that. Okay, Brian Norman Jr., this should be easy for you, bro. He should be able to, hey, senior, you hear me? This should be easy. Now, right now, I'm truly convinced that he gonna beat most of these guys at 147. Right now, I am. No, I'm not sure if Devin Haney will beat him. Not sure if any of those guys are beating right now. We gotta see Devin Haney get back to what the hell he used to be. All right? We gotta see him go back to what he used to be. But let me ask y'all a question. Now, since y'all was talking that, you know, Dev fighting Boots, okay, Dev fight Brian Norman Jr., he there now. Y'all think Devin Haney should jump in the ring next with Brian Norman Jr. after his performance with Ramirez? I feel you, Cam. It's rolling. And that's the crazy thing. I've been hearing little talks here and there, and a lot of people is giving Rolly a lot of credit at 147. That's how bad 147 is. He should put Devin in the dirt. Yeah. And a lot of people think that Rolly would be Brian. Right now, Rolly is Brian Norman's Jr. toughest challenge at 147. This is where boxing has gotten to, ladies and gentlemen. I'm highly intrigued about this, y'all. Oh, I'm glad I'm back to flowing. Oh man, I got some stuff to cook on, man. So while y'all be cooking on some other things, I'm gonna stay on this certain lane with these things that I've been paying attention to. Yes, he is. So I, everybody was talking about they was still talking about this list that Bill really put together. It's not Devin's list. It's Bill's. I'm not trying to hear that. They were saying, with Devin, he always go at the challenges. Let's see. We need to see, somebody need to bring what they would say, somebody need to bring something back to 147. All right? Because 147 was lit, and these guys ain't giving us nothing like EJ, Bud, Sean, Danny, who they ain't giving us nothing like that. 147 fell all the way off. All the way off. This is one of the most darling divisions in boxing. You know what I mean? Come on now. They got to do something. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see some things is next, and we got to see what's going on. Also, Mike Bizak, what's going on? Now, before I get out of here, I got another 8 minutes. I do want to speak on this. I didn't get a chance to really look at the whole thing yet. So I was checking out the press conference for the rematch with Tank and Lamont Roach. And man, oh man, I can't wait for this fight. I can't wait for this fight. Someone asked me on the street yesterday. They asked me, they asked me, said, what you think about the rematch? And I said, which one? And he said, Lamont and Tank. I said, well, nah, it's not too much to think. Can Brian Norman put on that type of performance again? See, this is when you know somebody's really like that. When they can perform that same performance night in and night out. And we all know that was the best we ever seen Lamont Roach. Don't be acting like, listen, I know Lamont Roach. I always said he was nice. But he ain't never looked the hell like that. That's the best he ever looked. Can he do it again? None of us don't fucking know. So don't say he can because you just don't like Tank. Don't say that because you don't like Tank. You're being a damn liar. You don't know because that's very hard to do. That's when you really know how good and how special someone is. Because like I said, there are a lot of people who just have moments in this sport, people. They just have moments. And a lot of y'all, what y'all do, y'all get caught up in that moment matrix. Y'all get caught right up in the damn moment. A lot of these guys really don't be that great. They don't be that good. They just have moments. I got one name that gives you the best example of what I'm saying to y'all. George Kambosos. Moment. He had a moment. That's it. Do you know the difference? And do you know how to separate it? So I'm saying, I like Lamont Roach. I have nothing against him. Still don't think he's better than Tank. And when you know someone and you know them, you're going to look different against that person than everybody else. because no one else knew that person. But now, this time around, we got to see, because is Tank gonna come back with the same tenacity and everything that's not gonna be the same damn Tank. And Lamont Roach even knows that. Gonna talk about, yeah, I think I fought the best Tank. No, you listen, they fighters. And I don't know why y'all be falling for it with the okie doke. Univision in the building, salute. Fighters can sense the other fighters. They can smell them. They know. And that dude know he hit his damn ceiling. Now I could be wrong. Now he could be the guy that just really has his number, but we got to see. We got to see that. So I know he's good, but can he really be a guy that can beat Tank? So be it, Tank stock don't freaking drop. Everybody got somebody that can beat them. Okay? But like I said, that man put on a hell of a performance. He ain't gonna never do it again. Fight night's gonna be a little different. I say a little different. Could be a lot different. But I can't wait. Because we're gonna really see who is who. You know? Because sometimes you prepare for a test, you might get 100 that first time around. That second time around, you might not score that high. I'm just saying. So may the best man win, but I'm telling you, we gonna see. And the way he been acting, nah. I know him. I know this now when somebody come with something different, and it's not what you used to, then what you gonna do? Are you gonna able to adapt on the fly? Now, I have not heard anyone talk about or ever talked about Lamont Roach level of boxing IQ. I never heard anyone speak on that. Does he have a high boxing IQ? It's okay. This rematch is going to show us. Well, it's going to show me, because if this man comes with a whole different fight plan, and when you get in there, oh, he doing something totally different. Now what you going to do? This ain't the style that you used to see in your whole damn life. This man came out with something totally different. He did it 360. Are you going to be able to do something? Are you going to be able to pull a audible and pull a 360 on the fly because this person's giving you something different? Floyd Mayweather. That ain't what he said, but I'm using him as an example. Every time he took that damn rematch, he lost that first one. That second time around, that fight that looked so convincing in that first fight looked totally different. You know why? Because that wasn't the best of that damn man. See, you gotta know who is who. You gotta really know what's in these boxes, inventory as far as their skill set goes. How deep is their skill set? How deep is that toolbox? Huh? Something to think about, people. And a lot of these boxes, they toolbox ain't no bigger than a goddamn school lunchbox. Some of these fighters' toolbox is no bigger than a school lunch box. Did y'all hear me? Think about that. We're going to find out. I can't wait to see. Because there's a lot of questions in the sport of boxing that remains to be answered, and I can't wait. But before I get up on out of here, people, you're supposed to move forward, not backwards. Supposed to elevate, not de-escalate. Or masturbate. But what is going on with the Bronze Bomber? It's time for him to retire. What is he doing? Mudslide going on, Black Prime and all that. Come on, Deontay Wilder, come on. You know it's time to get up out of the sport, people. When you start going back down, performing in the circuits that you was in before you got to the mainstream. With that being said, I appreciate y'all being patient with me. I had to take my little vacay. I didn't know if you guys were going to come back and show love. I thought y'all forgot about me. But I'm glad y'all let me know y'all appreciate what I do. And I'm back off of the vacay. I'm back. So y'all make it freaking ready. Because every morning it's going to be a firestorm, not a rainstorm. It's going to be a firestorm because I'm backed up on a lot of stuff and I need to catch up on these things to be able to cook with you guys and give you guys a good cook. So, man, salute to everyone that came in this morning. Salute to D-Free, Mike Mizak, my man, Brother Cam, Dr. Mark, Judah Vision, Mike Rob, Big Dre, everybody that came on, get all the names now. I ain't gonna leave no names out, y'all. I would not do that. D-Free, my brother. Tay came in here. Dory, thanks, Dory, for coming in. Salute to everybody that came in this morning. My man BC Corbett, the darkest brother. There ain't no other. Salute to everyone, man. Hopefully y'all have a high frequency, high vibration Monday. Keep all the toxic people and all that out of y'all way. Hey man, we in the spiritual wall attack. There's a lot going on, and we all have to be on our A, B, C, D's, E, F, G's. Just ain't the P's and the Q's. You're gonna have to be on every goddamn letter in the alphabet. Stay tight, stay high, stay elevating, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Go over and check out my man. Go check out my man Clarence McLean, No Duck Zone podcast when you leave here, or go over and check out J Hardcore with the morning breakfast. I am back. Coffee and donuts for grown-ups, and I'm giving y'all a warning. Look out for the cigar and wine coming at you. Cigar and wine talk coming at you next for the night talk. I got to start hitting y'all asses twice a day. You need me in the morning, you need me before you go to bed. I'm going to make sure you get your vitamins and your minerals. I got y'all. I'm going to make sure y'all right. So with that being said, y'all give yourself applause, man. Give yourself a fire flame. And man, we going to keep on rocking. Shout out to STN. Shout out to everybody that's pushing out good content. No propaganda, none of that nonsense. None of that nonsense. And now y'all gonna keep on moving, man. But let me see what we got next. We got something this weekend. I forgot. I'm gonna let y'all know what I be talking about it later on the day. Also, D-Free. If you still in here, man, let me what's up with the NBA draft? When I think is the draft in another week or so, but I wanted to ask you, are you going to be doing a show on the NBA draft just like you did the NFL draft? That's if you still in here, D-Free. Most likely he probably will. Y'all gotta check out D-Free, man. Make sure y'all check him out. Football season coming up. Y'all know how D-Free is. They already started doing the videos and everything on preseason, the drafts and everything like that. So make sure y'all check them out. Sports Talk Network, and we are out of here. Hey, before we go, let me leave y'all with a little message for my friend.
You got B3 Picks. Here to send a big shout out to my brother Crush the Legend, Coffee and Donuts, 6:30 a.m. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the one and only, the People's Network. They partner with your guy B3 Picks and B3BoxingPicks.com. Let's go green. At B3BoxingPicks.com, we provide pre-fight boxing picks of the week, but also live boxing betting options so we can make money pre-fight or during the fight, betting on the beautiful sport of boxing. Follow me on all social media at B3BoxingPicks. Subscribe to my YouTube, Not Another Boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks, and join the membership. Only $10 a week or $25 a month. I'll add you to the WhatsApp or Telegram group so you can receive the weekly picks. Let's go green.
Peace out, y'all.